The grades are in. Ohio's infrastructure got a C grade. The 2025 report from the American Society of Civil Engineers graded 17 aspects of the Buckeye State's infrastructure, which includes roads, bridges. This afternoon, we have Lucas County engineer Mike Panuski with us. Mike, as far as roads go, it seems there's always room for improvement. Our infrastructure, what happened to make us go from C minus to a C? That's good.
Well, it is good that we have an improvement. Generally, we've had a lot more investment in terms of what the governor's done in putting more money towards highway safety, towards the IIJA to put more money into our overall infrastructure. And that investment has shown benefits, and as a result, the grade was raised from a C plus to from a C minus to a C.
Now that's the state, not the county. Where would you say we are with Lucas County?
So yeah, statewide is a C. I would say that Lucas County is pretty comparable to what we have statewide. We're probably a little bit better in some things and a little bit worse in others. But overall, I think we track with the state.
I mean, well, I-75 has a new bridge, going across the Maumee River, and we've got 475 is getting expanded. So we're doing a lot of good things with that. But probably the biggest problem is it's a lot of old bridges, throughout the city, bridges over creeks, things like that are probably very, very old and decaying.
Yeah, I think what we found is that a lot of our major roadways have been keeping up really well. So things like I-75, I-475, of course the new construction over on the west side of the area along I-475 and 23, those have been kept up really well, and we've expanded and we've made our congestion less, and we've expanded for future economic expansion. But there's a lot of other roads that connect to those, right? So with all those major highways, we have all those local roadways, and those have largely stayed the same. So we have kind of the same amount of funding that we've always gotten in the past. And the last time we've gotten a really significant increase in road funding was in 2019. So it's been 6 years, and we've had a lot of inflation since then. So it's getting harder and harder and harder for local road agencies to keep up and keep things in good working order.
Issue 2 passed. Explain what Issue 2 does as far as roads.
Yeah, so Issue 2 was on the ballot in May in the last primary. Essentially, the state provided a $2.5 billion bond issue over 10 years. So $250 million a year that can be used for all kinds of infrastructure projects statewide. Lucas County will get about $7 million a year out of those funds. The surrounding counties around us will share about $6 million. But it's an important way for us to be able to leverage our monies that we have here and be able to do more projects in the area.
Like what?
Can be road resurfacing, it can be repair of ditches, it could be for bridge replacement, it can be for all kinds of improvements to our wastewater and drinking water treatment plants, improvements to the pipes that we use to take our sewage to the wastewater treatment plant or to deliver our drinking water. All those types of projects are funded out of monies from Issue 2.
I think probably bridges are decaying, no question about it, nationwide. But the thing people would notice more than the bridges, actually, as long as they can get across them, is the quality of the roads. Are there trouble spots in the metro area in Lucas County? You can see a need for that?
Yeah, I mean, if you go along our roadways, you can see needs everywhere. I think the biggest needs are in terms of safety projects. We're trying to really increase the amount of safety that we've gotten here. We've gotten $25 million from the Safe Streets and Roads for All fund from the federal government out of the IIJA to use for safety projects over 4 counties in our area.
Does that include the roundabouts?
Yeah, there is included a roundabout. There'll be a roundabout interchange in Port Clinton as a part of those funds, but these are really large kind of influential projects that we can use to increase highway safety. In Lucas County, we'll be improving the Monroe Street corridor from downtown all the way to Sylvania till it gets to 475.
That will be a headache for drivers. I mean, all these improvements are great, but until it affects you, and you're going to have trouble getting through traffic to go there.
Yeah, I mean, just anything else, improvements take time, and they take, it's a part of our environment, and they change our environment. But at the end, when everything's finished, we get an improved roadway that will last us for another 20 to 30 years, as well as we're trying to do as much as we can to increase the safety of those roadways so that when everybody uses them, we want everybody to go home safe and sound and be able to go home at the end of the day.
We have about 30 seconds left. I want to ask you real quick about the creeks, that the trees that were falling into them. That's been a controversy.
It has.
And what kind of progress are we making with that, of getting these creeks cleared out so that the water can run freer?
So we had 2 ditch petitions that we had going on to get the funds to be able to accomplish that. One was passed in March, and we'll be beginning work on that in 2026. The other one will be coming up here in a couple weeks for the southern part of the county. If that passes, we'll be able to do the same thing in 2026. We're continuing to apply for grants to be able to make those projects cheaper, and we've been very successful in the past to be able to get grants to widen our streams and make them better.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to work with the state legislator and our state and federal partners to try to get more money to try to deal with the issue of trees falling and dying into our streams as a result of the emerald ash borer.
Yeah.
We didn't cause the emerald ash borer.
Sure.
It's not our fault, and we really shouldn't have to pick up the tab to pay for it.
Mike, thanks for the update on that. So many questions to ask you and so little time. Thanks very much for being here today.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.